What's good, y'all? Welcome back to this week's video. I'm still sick. Yeah. Today I have a story time for you guys. It's very gross. Okay? It's so gross. It's one of my biggest phobias. I actually obtained a phobia from this experience. Is that how you would say it? I don't know. Oh, by the way, I didn't feel like doing my hair. My hair is still in its wrap, so I just put a hat over top. Sorry if you can tell, but I'm sick and I really don't care. I am gonna be doing my makeup just so that you guys have something to look at while I talk. I can't promise that it's gonna be the greatest looking makeup. I'm literally just gonna be throwing it on because I have been wanting to do this video for a very long time. And I'm tired of waiting to get it done. I'm not waiting until I'm done. I'm not waiting until I'm not sick anymore. Sorry. I've had this on my calendar for literally weeks. Today's the day. So anyway, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I developed a phobia of maggots. My maggot phobia. I don't know what that would be called, actually. I might have to look that up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm not going to be talking about the makeup. This is purely about the story. So this was about 4 years ago. I had to be in 9th or 10th grade. And I'm living with my stepdad, my mom, my sister, and my little brother. And usually I'm the first one home. I take the bus from school. I would get off from school at 3-ish, and it would take me about an hour to get home. But I was always the first one. It was always 4 o'clock when I got home. My mom didn't get off till 6. She didn't get home till 7. My stepdad, same thing. Sometimes he would get home earlier because his job was a little more flexible. My sister was still in school, so she was doing her thing. So anyway, I come home and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go, get a snack, whatever, do my homework. Now the way the apartment is set up is this is the front door. Right when you walk in, to the right is the dining room, and then even further past the dining room is the kitchen, and then on the left hand side is the living room, and then straight ahead and all through the rest of the house are the bedrooms and the bathrooms and stuff. I'm home, I go straight to my room to put my stuff down. I start looking at my homework, I'm chilling. Look at that, look at the way it just covers up my discoloration and evens everything out. I'm sure. So anyway, I'm chilling, and then I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. So I go into the kitchen. I walk into the kitchen, and there's all this cheese on the floor. And I'm like, what the heck? Where did all this cheese come from? And so I just thought, oh, maybe my little brother or my mom made something to eat before they left, maybe a breakfast sandwich or a quesadilla or something for breakfast, So I was like, okay, what the hell? Why would they not clean it up? Whatever, I'll just do it. I'm in here. Broom's right there. I'll just do it. So I'm in there sweeping away, and I'm sweeping, and I'm sweeping, and I'm sweeping. But the cheese just isn't being swept up. It keeps rolling around, and it won't go into the pan. Mind you, I'm stepping all on this cheese. Because I'm like, whatever, I'm sweeping it up. I'll just take my socks off, throw them away. I don't care. It was a lot of cheese. I'm talking I couldn't even explain to you, but my kitchen was small, but it was big when I was cleaning up this cheese, okay? And it was hard for me to get to the back of the kitchen because it was long. It was a long kitchen, not really wide. So it was hard for me to reach the back wall, and then I'd step on it and, clean up more towards the back. So I'm stepping all on this cheese. And then I realized that there's cheese on the dining room carpet as well. So I go over there, I start sweeping the cheese onto the tiled kitchen floor to help it, be easier to clean up. So eventually I realized this cheese isn't being swept up. It's not going in the pan. I haven't been throwing anything away. I can't get this stupid cheese in this pan to throw away. It kept like being really difficult and rolling around, and I was getting irritated because I was stepping on it, and I hate stepping on things even if I have socks on. And so I'm like, what the fuck? And so I look closer to the dustpan once I finally get some on there, and then I realize it's moving. I had it like this close to my face because I was like, what is going on? And then I realized it's moving, and that these were tiny white worms. They were not cheese. It was not cheese. It was worms or maggots. I have never dropped anything so fast in my life. I literally was like, and like just threw everything. And then I started looking closer to the ones on the ground, and they were all squirming around. All the ones I was trying to sweep were like squirming super fast. The ones I was stepping on were squirming super fast. And then I realized that I had some on my socks, and I ripped those things off and I threw them out the door. Like, oh my gosh, I get chills and like, I get grossed out just thinking about it. The fact that I was stepping on them, well, that's kind of a lot. So then I call my stepdad up. I'm like, yo, there's some worms or something in the kitchen, all over the kitchen floor. And he's like, what? Send me pictures. And so I sent him pictures, and he was like, those are maggots. And I was like, what? I was like, that's disgusting. I was like, where did they come from? And he was like, I don't know. One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that we forgot to take out the trash that morning. And so you'll see how that comes in a little later. And so I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do about it? He's like, you're gonna have to clean them up. And I was like, no, not after what I just went through. And I told him exactly what happened. I told him I was stepping on it. I told him I was like inches away from looking at them. I told him, ugh. I told him they were everywhere and I could not get them up. And he was like, you have to do it. Like, we're not gonna let maggots just be in our house like that. You have to clean it. So I was like, okay, fine. I got the vacuum and I just started vacuuming. Got up all the ones that I could. I was disgusted the entire time. I hated every minute of it. And those little fuckers were everywhere. They were everywhere. We even found some in our living room, and we were like, how did they even get like all the way over here? And you have to find every single last one, and you have to make sure you get all of them. Otherwise they will grow into flies, and then they'll plant more, and they'll multiply and multiply and multiply. And you have to be really careful with cleaning it up. Parents finally come home, and me, I'm like, I'm not going back in the kitchen. Like, once I'm done cleaning it, I don't want to be in there. I'll be in my room if you need me. That's when we realized we didn't take the trash out. And there was like an old like carton that had red meat in it, and the juice had spilled all into the carpet because there was a hole in the trash bag or something. That's where the maggots came from. That's how they're attracted to red meat and like blood and stuff like that. So it leaked all into the kitchen floor, all into the carpet. It was a mess. And we were still finding maggots too. Hours and hours later after I had cleaned it up. To this day, I am still horrified. There's another time, this was when my stepdad and my mom broke up. We now had our own place. Basically the same thing happened. Forgot to take out the trash, and there was like cartons of red meat or whatever in there, and we had maggots again. But I caught it early. Good thing I was home. I caught it early, and there was only like a few, and it was outside, so it was a little bit better, but I was still shook when I found them. When I first saw them for the second time, I literally got the worst, like, chills down my back. It was all over my body, my arms, my legs, up to my neck. It, like, ugh. And then that's when I realized I had a phobia of these things. I knew how to clean them up this time because I googled it. I was a little smarter. Instead of just like panicking, I was like, okay, I've kind of dealt with this before, even though I really don't like being anywhere near them, but I've dealt with it before. I can deal with it again. And so I just got some hot water, mixed a little bit of bleach in there, and they were dead and they just washed away. And yeah, there were a few that didn't completely die. They were really well hidden outside, but they did grow up to like be flies, but it was outside, so it was fine. Like, it's not like we had flies in the house, which, but yeah, the second time I saw them, I was like, okay, this is a true like fear of mine now, because I've never gotten chills like that before. I had never felt so scared and shocked and like disturbed and grossed out all at the same time in like a second. It was just like, I saw them and I was like, ugh, and it just, ugh. I'm cautious. Anytime I do anything with red meat, I make sure to keep that red meat in the package. Bleach, I spray it and I clean and scrub, and then I'll throw it away, and then I'll take the trash out immediately. That's how like spooked I am from that experience. I mean, I know nobody likes maggots, okay? Unless you do, then Godspeed. But most people aren't afraid of them. Most people don't have a fear of them. I don't know. I think what triggered the fear, or like what caused the phobia, was the fact that I was stepping on them. Why was my initial reaction to seeing a whole bunch of white things on the floor? White things on the floor? Why was my reaction, oh, it's some cheese, let me sweep it up? Like, why didn't I get closer and look at it? I don't know, but I'm more than careful now. I'm out of mascara, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of liner. This is a little hack. Don't go overboard, otherwise it'll look a little weird. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And I just mistake maggots for cheese. I will forever be careful with anything that could ever possibly produce maggots. And like, I've noticed that I'm not really into red meat as much either. Like I'll get a burger, like, sure, if it's already cooked, then I'll eat it. Like, whatever, food is food. I'm not like super picky. I have my preferences, obviously, but like, I'll eat it if it's cooked or if it's already there. But when it comes to preparing my own red meat, like making my own hamburgers or cooking my own steaks, I'm so good. Like, I'll pass on preparing my own red meat. It like literally traumatized me. Anyway, that's my story time on how I became afraid of maggots. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I'm not like squinting like the whole time. Anyway, I also have another story on how I got lice in high school, and it was a literal nest in my hair. But if you want to hear about that, just make sure you like this video, subscribe, comment, let me know that you want to see that, and I'll for sure tell you guys. I'm probably gonna end up telling you guys anyway. Like, be a real one. You stuck this far through the video, drop it a like for me, and yeah, thank you guys for watching.